when was the first time you had a face-to-face with Aaron Rodgers, where you actually saw him and you were in the same room and you were looking eye to eye, Christian? When was the first time for that?
He came through a couple of times. He didn't participate in the OTAs, but I think the first time I saw him, he had come through. It was like right before the mandatory mini camp. He had came in for a day.
Mm-hmm.
He just walked by me and said, "What's good, North Dakota State?" And then I just said what's up to him. I think that was the first interaction I had with him, just him passing through the locker room.
Well, I mean, in the whole conversation, when you were drafted, Christian, was getting rookie receivers or getting new blood at that position for Rodgers. I mean, that was the whole conversation, to see who could be drafted to help him out because Davante Adams had left. Were you aware of all those conversations about the young receivers and Rodgers at the time? Were you fully cognizant of it, or you were not paying attention to it, Christian?
For me, it was more so kind of just in one ear, out the other. My main goal was just to from ground zero, just build up my relationship with him and just, try to be that outlet for him as much as I could. I heard them, obviously, but, it was kind of just in one ear and out the other for me.
Okay, and so what about the early on relationship with Rodgers and you, Christian?
For me, it was kind of just a rocky start in general, having – my little knee cleanup pre-training camp, and not being able to get those reps in with him during training camp. I feel like that was just a little setback for me because I know, especially for a guy of his experience, getting those reps in and building up that that trust and that confidence in me from him was going to be huge for me, and in terms of starting off hot. I think that was just a little setback for me, but it was kind of just, another step in the road. So I kind of had to take it as it was. I think, as I was able to kind of get more reps with him and get more of that confidence built up with him, I think it was just kind of up from there.
Well, then, and obviously now year two, and there appears to be a question as to who your week one quarterback is going to be. Training camp, it does appear to be looking like Jordan Love. So what is your relationship? How much time have you had with Jordan Love as you and I are conversing with each other in March, Christian?
Obviously, 12 being the starting quarterback last year, it would seem like, we wouldn't have gotten a lot of time with Jordan, but I spent a lot of time with Jordan Love, actually, whether it was, meetings outside of meetings and practice and stuff, just to kind of get that playbook down and get a quarterback's thought process on what's going on outside of just getting reps in with 12. Us younger guys had meetings with Jordan Love pretty much weekly going into the later weeks of the season, and just getting in some of the younger guy stuff. We had quite a bit of younger guy developmental stuff that we did early in the season, so got reps in with him, and I think that relationship and that connection is strong already.
And have you spoken to Jordan lately, Christian? Have you spoken?
I have, yeah.
What's going through his mind that you're willing to share with me?
I haven't tried to pick his brain too much. I know with the uncertainty of things, the uncertainty that has been around this whole thing. I haven't tried to cloud his mind anymore. I just kind of reach out to him, see how he's doing his off season, and see if he wants to get some workouts in, whatever the case may be. We probably going to go ahead and do that. But I think he's good. I think that he's been preparing himself these past couple years for whenever his moment, whenever his time to shine is, and I think he's in a good mental space.
And when was the last time you spoke to Rodgers, Christian?
Probably around that same time, probably like a week or two ago.
Okay.
Just kind of talking to him about off-season stuff. What can I do to get better? What did he see from me last year that I needed to do to improve? Just kind of stuff like that.
And how has he helped in that regard? Not just in the last 2 weeks, whenever you had that conversation, but overall, how would you say Rodgers has helped you come along as a wide receiver in this league, Christian?
Honestly, a ton. I couldn't be more thankful for the opportunity to play with him. My rookie season, and just be able to pick his brain. My number one goal going into last year was just to pick the veterans' mind as much as possible. Because, obviously, you never know when those guys are going to be done, or, never know when they're going to be gone. So I just try to learn as much as possible from him was, one of my number one goals. And, I think I did that, whenever I had a question, whenever I had just something shoot into my mind, even if it seemed like a dumb question, he was always open to answering that for me and just giving, his mindset on that. So, I think he helped me develop a lot, and I think that he helped me, gain that confidence that I gained later in the year, just with his confidence in me.
And what's your sense? What's your best guess? Is it going to be Love or Rodgers? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but I'll just do it if you don't mind. What's your best sense of it? I know you're just a second-year receiver trying to get better in the league after having a terrific first campaign. What's your sense of it, Christian?
For me, it's just, I know it's probably not what you want to hear, but for me, it's just my number one thing, and, this offseason has been to, try to focus as much as possible on myself and just kind of, let all the outside noise just be outside noise. I haven't tried to put too much thought into it. It's above my pay grade. It's not, what I need to be focusing on. So, I haven't tried to put too much thought into it. Whoever's there when I get back to the facility it is what it is. So.
There's a lot of Packers fans who might be concerned. Rodgers gone, Love comes in. How good can the Packers be? The offense will have to start from scratch or anything along. What do you say to fans in Green Bay who might be concerned about that? Certainly, since you would have a lot of hope placed within you, having seen what you have been able to do after just 1 year in the NFL. What do you tell Packers, Cheesehead Nation, right now, Christian?
For me, it's really just, regardless of, how the situation pans out, I think that we can be as good as we want to be. It's all just going to come down to, every single player, being 100% bought into, getting better and coming together as a team. But I have no worries going into this next year, regardless of what the situation may be. Whoever it is, running the helm. I know that, we have a lot of talented guys and a lot of guys who can make some plays and make some stuff happen. So, we can be as good as we want to be. We're just going to have to, put in that work and, come together as a squad.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.